The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Introduction. Picture this: one of the greatest opera singers in history is standing backstage, minutes away from performing, and his throat is completely locked up. We're talking about Caruso, the legendary tenor, and he's literally drenched in sweat, shaking like a leaf, convinced he's about to humiliate himself in front of thousands of people. His throat muscles have seized up from pure terror. He's panicking, telling everyone around him, "They're going to laugh at me, I cannot sing tonight." But then something wild happens. This man does something so bizarre, so theatrical it sounds made up, but it's not. He stands up straight, and he starts yelling at himself. Not just muttering, but full-on shouting, like he's having an argument with an invisible roommate. The little me wants to strangle the big me within. Then he turns his rage on this imaginary little me, the scared, doubting part of himself, and commands it, "Get out of here! The big me wants to sing through me." He keeps shouting this mantra, "Get out! Get out! The big me is going to sing!" And something incredible happens. His subconscious mind, that powerful engine running beneath his awareness, responds. A surge of energy floods through him. When they call his name, he walks onto that stage and absolutely crushes it. The audience is spellbound. Here's the thing. Caruso had accidentally stumbled onto one of the most powerful secrets in human psychology. And it's not locked away in some dusty monastery or hidden in secret scrolls. It's sitting right there inside your own head, waiting for you to figure out how to use it. This secret is the heart of a book that's been quietly transforming lives since 1963, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Dr. Murphy was quite the character. He was a minister, held a doctorate in divine science and philosophy, and spent his entire life geeking out over the world's great religions. He was convinced that underneath all the different spiritual traditions, there was one universal truth that explained why some people seem to glide through life, while others can't catch a break. He dedicated his life to cracking this code and making it simple enough that anyone could use it. And here's what he discovered. You have a partner inside your own mind. A silent partner that never sleeps, never takes a day off, and has access to solutions you can't even imagine. This partner can heal you, help you prosper, and guide you toward things you think are impossible. This partner is your subconscious mind. By the time we're done here, you're going to understand how to tap into this power. You'll learn the same techniques that scientists, artists, and history makers have used to achieve what everyone else thought was impossible. And most importantly, you'll realize something huge. You're not just some leaf being blown around by fate. You're actually the one steering the ship. And you've had the tools all along to create the life you want. So let's dive into the last place most people would ever think to look for answers: their own mind. Book summary. Ever planted anything? Maybe some tomatoes? Or even just a houseplant? Here's what you do. You take this tiny seed, barely bigger than a grain of sand, and you stick it in some dirt. And then you just trust. You trust that the soil knows what to do. You're not down there giving the minerals a pep talk or micromanaging the nutrients. You plant the seed, and nature takes over. Dr. Murphy says your mind works exactly the same way. You've got one mind, but it's got two completely different functions. Think of it like this. One part is you, the gardener. That's your conscious mind, the thinking, reasoning part. The other part is the garden itself, the soil. That's your subconscious mind. Here's where it gets interesting. All day long, whether you notice it or not, you're planting seeds. Every single thought is a seed. When you think, "I'm going to nail this presentation," or "I'm capable and confident," you're planting good seeds. But when you think, "I always mess things up," or "I'll never have enough money," you're also planting seeds. Just really terrible ones. And here's the kicker. Your subconscious doesn't have an opinion about your seeds. It's not going to say, this fear of failure seed is garbage, let me not grow this one. Nope. It'll grow poison ivy just as enthusiastically as it'll grow roses. Its only job is to take whatever you're thinking and turn it into your reality. As Murphy puts it, every thought is a cause, and every condition is an effect. This is the whole game right here. Most people are out there trying to change their lives by working harder, hustling more, trying to control everything around them. But that's like standing in front of a mirror and trying to change your reflection by grabbing at the glass. Murphy's saying you've got to change what's inside first. The world outside is just responding to what's happening in your mind. Let's try another angle. Your mind is like a ship. Your conscious mind is the captain up on the bridge, checking the maps, making decisions, giving orders. Down in the engine room is the crew, your subconscious. And here's the thing about the crew. They don't know where they're going. They're not looking at the maps. They just follow orders. If the captain says, "Full speed ahead to prosperity," the crew makes it happen. But if the captain's up there going, "We're going to hit an iceberg, I just know it," the crew will faithfully steer you straight into that iceberg. The crew never argues. They just do what they're told. Your subconscious takes its orders from what your conscious mind believes is true. So when you keep telling yourself, "I can't afford this," or "I'm terrible at relationships," you're literally giving commands to your subconscious. And like a faithful employee, it goes, "Got it, boss," making sure you stay broke and lonely. It's just following orders. There's this great story about a college student who learned this lesson just in time. She's window shopping before Christmas and spots this gorgeous, expensive travel bag. She's about to say to herself, "I can't afford that." But then she remembers Murphy's advice. Never finish a negative statement. Flip it immediately. So instead she declares, "That bag is mine. It's for sale. I accept it mentally, and my subconscious is going to figure out how I get it." That same evening, her fiancé gives her a gift. Guess what it is? Yep, the exact same bag. She filled her mind with expectation instead of lack, and her subconscious went to work on making it happen. Now let's talk about prayer, because Murphy has a totally different take on it than what most people think. He's not talking about begging some distant power in the sky to maybe, possibly, if he's in a good mood, help you out. He's describing prayer as a technology, a systematic way of communicating with your subconscious mind. There was this man with a horrible skin condition. His skin was hard, scaly, and red. Doctors couldn't help him, so he decided to try Murphy's approach. Several times a day, he'd pray like this: "My body and all its organs were created by the infinite intelligence in my subconscious mind. It knows how to heal me. This infinite healing presence is transforming every cell, making me whole and perfect now. I'm grateful for the healing that's already happening." He did this for about 3 months. At the end, his skin was completely healed. He had successfully impressed the idea of perfect health onto his subconscious, and it responded by rebuilding his body according to that blueprint. The same principle works for money, but here's where people trip up. They stand in front of the mirror, broke, and say, "I am wealthy," 50 times, and nothing happens. Murphy explains why. Because when they say it, they feel like they're lying. Their conscious statement is fighting with their deeper feeling of being broke. And the subconscious always goes with the dominant feeling, not the fancy words. So he suggests a sneakier approach. Instead of lying to yourself, try something that doesn't trigger your internal BS detector. "Day and night, I am being prospered in all my interests." That feels more true, doesn't it? Or simply repeat the word wealth quietly before bed. You're not making a false claim. You're just marinating your mind in the concept of wealth. And feeling wealthy creates wealth. Here's a trap that kills people's prosperity: envy. When you see someone else succeeding and you feel bitter about it, you're literally pushing away the very thing you want. You're putting yourself in a negative frequency. Murphy says the fastest way to fix this is to immediately wish that person even more success. When you celebrate other people's wins, you open yourself up to receive your own. Every area of your life runs on these same principles. Want success? Murphy breaks it into 3 steps. First, figure out what you love doing. Second, become ridiculously good at it. No more than anyone else. But here's step 3, the most important one. What you're doing can't just be about you. It has to benefit other people too. Your desires need to bless the world, not just your bank account. When that's true, success comes back to you like a boomerang. Relationships work the same way. You know the golden rule: treat others as you want to be treated. Murphy adds a mental layer. Think about others the way you want them to think about you. Because here's the thing, what you think and feel about someone else, you're actually creating in your own life. Your mind is creative. The good you send out comes back. The negativity you spread also comes back. Want to attract your ideal partner? Build that person in your mind first. Focus on the qualities you desire, and your subconscious will orchestrate the meeting. And aging? So many people are terrified of getting old, like they have an expiration date stamped on their forehead. But Murphy reminds us, your subconscious mind doesn't age. Love, wisdom, kindness, curiosity, these things don't grow old. You only get old when you stop being interested in life, when you stop dreaming. Age isn't about how many birthdays you've had. It's about whether you're still learning, still growing. You're as young as you think you are. The power that moves mountains and parts seas is sitting inside your skull right now. The answer to every problem you're facing is in the invisible world of your thoughts and feelings. You're the gardener, you're the captain, you're the architect of your entire life. All you have to do is choose. Choose thoughts that heal, that inspire, that lift you up. Plant those seeds in your subconscious. Trust the process, and get ready to watch miracles unfold. Commentary. As we wrap up this journey through the power of your subconscious mind, let's talk about why this book, written decades ago, still hits so hard. I think it's because it reminds us of something we constantly forget. We're not helpless. We're not victims of random chance. We are creators. The biggest shift Murphy offers is this: stop seeing yourself as someone life is happening to, and start seeing yourself as someone life is responding from. The world isn't doing things to you. It's reflecting you back to yourself. That's both empowering and a little scary, because it means there's no one else to blame, but also no external force that can stop you. What I love most about this book is how accessible it is. Murphy isn't asking you to join a cult or memorize ancient texts. He's describing a mental law that works for everyone: atheists, skeptics, religious folks, whoever. Prayer, in his view, isn't begging. It's a scientific method of aligning what you want with the creative power already inside you. So how can you actually use this stuff right now? Here are 3 things you can start today. First, try the morning choice. Tomorrow when you wake up, before you grab your phone or start worrying about everything, take 1 minute. Just 1. Say to yourself, I choose happiness today. I choose success. I choose peace. Everything is working together for my good. Feel the truth of it. This sets the tone for your entire day and tells your subconscious what kind of experiences to look for. Second, use the evening impression. Tonight, before you fall asleep, pick one thing you want: a solution to a problem, a healing, a goal. Don't worry about how it'll happen. Just relax, get drowsy, and imagine it's already done. Feel how you'd feel if you already had it. Relief, gratitude, joy, hold that feeling. Your subconscious accepts this feeling and starts making it real. And third, practice forgiveness. Is someone living rent-free in your head because they hurt you? That resentment is only poisoning you. Use Murphy's technique. Quiet your mind and say, I fully and freely forgive name. I release them. I'm free and they're free. I wish them health and happiness. Do it not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. That's our deep dive into the power of your subconscious mind by Joseph Murphy. But let's be real. A summary is like looking at vacation photos instead of actually going on the trip. The real magic happens when you read the book yourself. That's when a particular story or phrase hits you in just the right way, at just the right moment. This summary is here to help you decide if the journey's worth taking. If anything we talked about sparked something in you, grab a copy. The link's in the description. And if this was valuable to you, hit that like button and subscribe. That way you won't miss the next book we explore from the Billionaire's Bookshelf. Let's keep growing together.